Hey everybody, it's Randy from Cummings & Company Realtors, and I don't know if any of you have noticed or not, but yeah, I am kind of standing awkward so I can be in this. I was able to flip the screen so that it messes with me because it's the wrong way. Everything's backwards for me, but I'm glad that it's forwards for you. So let me jump over here. And Cynthia's watching me. She's watching me jump all around. She's probably got the delay action going there. So today we're going to be talking about the buying timeline. But before we get everybody on board, I do want to do a public service announcement. We are collecting school supplies for Free Lunch Friday. For those of you that don't know, Free Lunch Friday is a program that we sponsor that is in Middle River every Friday, where they serve a hot lunch and give away tons of supplies to that area's people that need it. So my wife, Jennifer Pomfrey, and Joni, awesome Joni, they run it together along with many, many awesome volunteers. So my hat's off to them and all the work that they do. We're gonna be collecting school supplies here. So if you happen to be coming by 9607 Bel Air Road, pop in to the back of our office where we're at and just pop on downstairs. You'll see our big sign. Take you on a quick tour here. Whoa! When you come in, down the stairs, you'll come in this door and then you'll see our sign, the Pomfrey team sign. And when you open it up, you will see Cynthinia right on the other side. She knew I was coming. So anyway, bring those supplies on by. Now we're gonna get back to our regularly scheduled program. If I can get this put back in the right place. I should never have touched this because I had it in a really good spot. I'm gonna be jumping around. I want you guys to be able to see the screen more importantly than anything else. So today we're gonna be talking about the buying timeline. All right, so very first thing, I'm gonna start this one in green because this is the money timeline. Okay, so hopefully this is showing up okay. The first thing that you're gonna need is a pre-approval. This starts the timeline. And let me just explain this real quick. I'm not gonna go into this in great detail because I wanna focus more on what the timeline is than anything else. Just get down here again so that you can see me. That way you're not just looking at my stomach and my chest the whole time. My beautiful face. The pre-approval is an essential step in the process. And as our lenders will attest to, it is essential. You can't skip it. So if you're gonna try to buy a house without getting the pre-approval, you're just gonna be spinning your wheels like in Alabama mud. Little reference to my cousin Vinny there. So get your pre-approval. The pre-approval is where you talk with the lender. They'll pull your credit. They'll review your income, assets, tax history, payments, alimony, child support, car payments, all of that stuff. And they will give you a pre-approval and let you know how much you can afford. Or they will let you know what you need to fix about your credit. Either way, this pre-approval is free. It's essential. You got to do it. So let's just knock it out and get it out of the way. So once you get the pre-approval going, you will get an amount, a dollar amount that you can afford. This dollar amount is based upon where you're going to buy. So if you're buying in Baltimore City, it's based on typical Baltimore City taxes. If you're buying in Baltimore County, Carroll County, Anne Arundel County, Harford County, wherever you're buying, it's going to be based on typical buying ranges for that. So there could be a little bit of adjustment. Sometimes clients get confused when we say, well, you can afford 230, but you can't afford that 230. And this is why, because there's other things that are involved. If the insurance is heavy in that area, you're gonna have to pay more for it, etc. So when you get the pre-approval, okay, once you get that pre-approval, then you're gonna want to meet with your agent. This is be honest with you, I've got some agents out there that are watching this, and I love you guys, but this is one of our secret sauces. This is where we set ourselves, one of the ways that we set ourselves apart from your run-of-the-mill part-time agent. We meet with you. We meet with you, and we go over everything that you're gonna need to know about buying a house. literally everything. Our typical appointment, my typical appointment when I'm meeting with someone is like 2 hours long. So we're gonna go over everything with you, everything that you need to know, okay? So then the fun part comes, and this is the part everybody loves. This is the part everyone wants to skip everything else and just get right into. I was just talking with a lovely lady this morning that wanted to skip all this and get into it. We don't. This is what we need to do, okay? This is where we get into showing homes. Selecting a home. And putting in an offer. I'm kind of putting all those in there together like they all happen on the same day, which of course they do not. But the reality is I'm halfway through my board here, so I've got to, conserve space. But let's see. Go that way. There we go. Okay, so the reality is you are going to be looking at homes. We're going to set up a search for you. The search is going to be very comprehensive. It's going to include all the properties that are active or coming on the market soon. You're going to see all these properties. We'll also include for sale by owners, new home construction, whatever it is. If you see something that you think we don't see, point it out to us. Shoot us an email. We'll look it up and see if it's actually really available. One of the things that Zillow, Realtor.com, especially Zillow, is famous for is they list pre-foreclosures. They list tons of houses online that are not actually for sale. You may fall in love with these homes, but since they're not for sale, we won't be going to look at them because that is what's called breaking and entering. So you got to go see houses that are actually for sale. When you get to the point where you find the house that you like, you're going to select that home. We're going to go over all the criteria of everything that you want back here when you meet with us, but you're going to select the home. Then we're going to place an offer. So there's a lot of negotiations that go on, with that. We'll go over that with you. It's a little bit beyond the scale of, again, this presentation right now. But what you want from there is to be under contract. Once you're under contract, then all the fun and excitement begins, okay? So the next thing that happens when you're under contract is you're going to re-engage with your lender. So the lender's gonna come back on the scene. They've just been kind of hanging out, helping other clients, helping people get pre-approved, and you're going to, no, this doesn't raise up. Man, wouldn't that have been cool if this raised up? So you're gonna get your lender re-involved, and you're going to make application. This is gonna get scrunchy because my thing is not 15 feet long, but this is so important. I'm gonna just pull a chair over here, bump everything around, and you're just probably gonna see the bottom of my head for a second. When you make loan application, I implore you, make sure that you make loan application in person with your lender. We work with some fabulous, very personable, awesome looking lenders, and we want you to sit down with them and go over the loan, because everything that we went over with you in the beginning, all of this stuff, making the offer, the contract and all that stuff, on the day of settlement, which will be right here, all that stuff is gonna go away. But your loan right here, the loan that you're gonna have, that's gonna last for the next 15 to 30 years. It's gonna be pretty important. It's pretty important that you understand exactly how it works, where the fees are, this, that, and the other. Excuse me, you can always ask us, but we're not the experts on your loan, your lender is. So we're overseeing everything, we're coordinating all this stuff, and this timeline is very basic, but the reality is, this is what's going on. So here we go. You're gonna make loan application. There's two other things that are gonna be happening here. We're going to schedule an inspection. Schedule and perform inspection. And if anybody's taking notes on this or whatever, they can make a screenshot at the end, or if you want, I can take a picture and I can post it. Maybe I'll do that, and that way it'll be better for you if the screen's not good. But when you, we're gonna schedule the inspection with you right, usually the day we get under contract. because the inspectors, the good ones at least, are busy. And we're going to perform the inspection. So we, being not us, the inspector is going to perform the inspection. They're going to give you a report. They're going to give you what's right and wrong with the house. We're going to write the report up. We're going to negotiate that for you, get as many things fixed as possible so that we can move ahead to the next step. The other thing that's happening here, I don't know why I'm putting appraisal in red. No offense to my appraiser friends. It's not because you guys are evil or anything. The appraisal is going to be scheduled by your lender. And I always joke around about this and say, but they let you pay for it. Nice of them. This is one of the things that we go over when you're meeting with us. We go over the things that you're going to do, okay, along the lines. So you're going to get it appraised. When it gets appraised, the appraiser is going to go out there independent of me, independent of you. They're going to go out there, just them in the house. They're going to take pictures. They're going to make measurements. They're going to look at the upgrades. They're going to look at the comps. They're going to look at the neighborhood. They're going to look at everything. And they're going to come up with an independent valuation of what the house is worth. So based on that, then you can either move forward or we're going to have to reduce the price of the house. So the appraisal is either going to come in high or right on target or low. If it comes in high, great. You just bought a house that's worth more than what you offered for it. If it comes in right on track, that's probably what you would expect to see. If it comes in low, then we've got a problem. We're going to have to go back to the seller. We're going to have to say, hey, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I'm buying your house for $150,000. The appraisal came in at $147,000. Can we reduce the price of the house to $147,000? It's not automatically going to happen. Your agent is going to negotiate that for you. So we'll go back to that. Schedule, perform the inspection. Same thing. It's a negotiation. We're going to go back to the seller. Mr. and Mrs. Seller, did you know that your HVAC system is 48 years old? Yes, it's an oil burning, engine down in the basement. Well, maybe those last forever. But if it's a normal HVAC system, electric powered, and it's 20 years old, it's geriatric, it's near the end of its life, you should definitely watch, keep an eye on that and make sure that you're either getting a new one out of them, getting a warranty out of them, or if you're already getting a great deal on the house, then just put it in your wish list of things that I'm going to need to get fixed in the very near future. But at any rate, the inspector's job is to give you that information so you can make an intelligent decision. We will work with you and we'll negotiate the best deal possible. If you got a good agent, the things that come up here, not too many of them are going to be a surprise. We're not expert inspectors, but we do look for these things. So all of these things then, let's use blue, because your agent then is going to negotiate these things and we're going to track them and we're going to be working with you on them. All three of these things, the loan process, we're going to be working with you on that. You're mainly going to be working with your lender on that. We're going to be working with you on the other side on the inspection. We're going to be working with the appraisal and all that stuff to look over everything and make sure that everything is going right, okay? Once we get past that point, if there are things that need to be fixed, then we will, knocking the whole board around. Sorry, folks. Put it back this way. There we go. Then, once we do all that, then they're going to do repairs. This is the seller. And then we are going to re-inspect, or some people call this a walkthrough. And I want to kind of go into detail as to what these are and why they can be called different things and everything. So let me see if I can get back in the screen here. There I am in the corner. Re-inspect and walkthrough are two different things. Sometimes people use them interchangeably. First thing, if there's repairs that need to be done, we need to make sure that those things are done in a timely manner. In a minute, when I get to the end, I'm going to tell you how long this timeline is with sample dates for all of this stuff. But for the sake of this, I didn't want to confuse everybody with a bunch of dates starting out. But they're going to do the repairs. Then you're going to re-inspect. Here's my philosophy on that. Different agents, and I see that I've got some awesome agents that are actually watching, so they may have different opinions on this, but my perspective on it is, if there was a ton of stuff wrong with the house and you question whether or not it was really done right, you may want to re-inspect. Re-inspecting could mean employing the services of an inspector a second time if you really don't trust them, or it could just mean verifying for yourself with the agent. It really depends on what it was. If it's something complicated like a roof, redoing the plumbing, redoing the electric panel, or something that's beyond my level of expertise or something I'm going to check up on, you should have gotten a receipt for it. So you can always call that company, check out the receipt, question the person that did it, see what's going on, etc. That's always a good idea. You should always get receipts for the things that were fixed by a licensed contractor. Most of the rest stuff you can inspect visually. So what most people choose to do is they choose to do a walkthrough instead. A walkthrough can be done anywhere between 0 to 7 days. Some agents will tell you a walkthrough is always done on the way to settlement. Sometimes it is, but it's not always done that way. You can do it 2 days before settlement, stuff like that. The pros and cons to that are if you do it 2 days before settlement and there's a lightning bolt that strikes it 2 days later, 50 minutes before settlement, you're not going to know about that lightning bolt until you arrive at the house. Yes, lightning bolts do happen, but that's, a 1 in a million. So you're going to do your walkthrough, and then from there, you're going to go to closing. Closing. This is where you get the keys. And you sign your life away. Ha ha ha. So you're gonna get the keys, you're gonna close, you're gonna now be the owner of your new house. You're gonna sit there in closing for about an hour. A lot of times people say, can I bring my kids? Can I do this? You can bring anybody you like, it's fine. The reality is you need to be able to focus on what you're signing because it's pretty important. But your lender, your awesome lender, going this way, there it is, will have given you these documents 3 days ahead of time for you to review. So most of the important stuff you will have already gone over. So at closing, you're going to get your keys. When you get to your house, check everything out, make sure everything's working. If you have problems, give us a call. If there's something that's not working, you can call your warranty company and stuff as well. We hope everything's working, obviously. So let me back up now and go over some timelines for this, because this is the part where people can get a little bit tripped up. So let me, I'll use black for this. I haven't used black quite a bit yet. So your pre-approval. This can take anywhere from 1 day to who knows how long. Your lender is either going to approve you as is, or they're going to tell you, hey Randy, you got some work to do on your credit. Either way, it's fine. Obviously you want to hear thumbs up, you're good to go. But what I would encourage you is if you get the question mark, hey, I think if you do X, Y, and Z and you'll be ready in 30 days, you just heard expert opinion from someone who does this day in and day out that you're going to be ready to go in 30 days if you do X, Y, and Z. Why would you not want to do X, Y, and Z? So please follow your lender's advice. They gave it to you free. Their only interest is for you to get from there to here. That's it. Okay? And they're not charging you for the advice, so there's really nothing wrong with it on any scale. So from here to here, from your pre-approval to the time that you meet with your agent, we want this to be a matter of days, okay? We just want a few days to pass in between this. We want to meet with you ASAP. In fact, we may even schedule both of these at the same time, okay? From here to here, again, days, okay? When we meet with you, one of the things that we're going to ask you is, when do you want to go out and look at houses? Some people are like, well, this afternoon. Well, we can't always make the appointments that fast. Sometimes we can. I really should have brought a bottle of water in here with me. I'm dying. But we're going to get you out looking at houses right away. The average number of times that we're showing people houses is just 2 times. So you're looking at probably 1 to 2 weeks from here to here. Let's just say 2 weeks for the sake of argument, in case you have busy life and you're doing lots of stuff in between. But this is the most important decision of your life. Free up some time. It's best to go see houses during the day when nobody's home, early in the morning, early in the week, stuff like that, because you have less competition. Everybody is seeing houses on Saturday and Sunday. So if you want to have tons of competition, then go out on Saturday and Sunday. And when you put your offer in, there'll be 4 others there for the seller as well. 1 to 2 weeks for this. From the time you go under contract to the time you close is usually about 30 days. It can be 45 days. Hopefully you can see that down there. It can be 45 days if you are using government funds or anything like that. So if you're using government funds, it could be 45 days. We're going to know this when we write the contract up. It'll say it in the contract. By the way, everything is in the contract. So how long do these things take? From the time that you get under contract to the time you make loan application, this should be, again, days. I want to put a number in there. Let's say 2. From the time you go under contract to the time you schedule and perform an inspection, you're going to schedule the inspection the same time. So the time that it's done should be within 7 days. The appraisal is going to be done within 14 days, roughly. Doesn't have to be, okay? The agent's going to go over stuff. Now we've got 2 weeks for all of this other stuff to happen. Your lender, in the meantime, I left out a very important step. Your lender is going to be asking you for documentation all along the way. They're going to be asking you to prove that the wedding planning job that you took on part-time, you're making income, where are you on track for that for this year, or whatever. They're going to be asking you some weird questions. You're going to be asking, I've had my clients say, what are they going to ask for next? A blood sample, a DNA sample, my next of kin? Maybe they will, I don't know. But whatever they ask for, you're going to need to prove your income, prove your debits, prove that you paid bills off, prove this and prove that. And they're not doing it to be personal with you. It's very impersonal, as a matter of fact. It's nothing against you. They don't even know you. The person that's requesting it is somebody called an underwriter. And we have a love-hate relationship with them. So if you're an underwriter and you're watching this, we love you and we hate you. Okay, so the lender is going to be asking for forms. So this is about 14 days in here. You're looking at about 4 weeks-ish in between these two things happen. This 30 days only happens if you cooperate with your lender and if you turn things in on time. That is the condition, okay? Word out to my lenders. They complain about this all the time when our clients aren't getting forms in. I tell them, contact me. I'll call my client and express to them how important it is. So I'm expressing this to you right now. Have all your ducks in a row right from the beginning. They're going to ask you more stuff and everything. The quicker you get this done, the quicker you'll get to closing. We will take care of making sure the repairs are done, checking the receipts, getting you the receipts, that way you have them, and we'll schedule the walkthrough and a reinspection if necessary. So if you are looking to buy a house and your credit is good, in about 30 to 45 days from now, you could literally be in a house. So if you're looking to buy a house in the not too distant future, give us a call. We will work with you on all of this. Every one of these little boxes can be expanded into about 10 other things. That's our job, to worry about that. Your job is just to contact us, get in touch with us, let us know where you'd like to buy, how much your limit is. Let us put you in touch with a lender. Let us sit down with you and go over everything. If at the end of the day you're not happy with what we have to tell you, leave. I'll buy you coffee and we'll part friends. So that's my timeline. I don't know how long I took. It seemed like a long time. So if you have any questions about this, give me a ring, 443-226-0082 or 1-8448-MY-AGENT. And you leave off the T at the end because it's too many digits. 1-844-8-MY-AGENT. And you can speak with me, or you can press, I forget what Kim's number is. You can listen to the tones. Kim, Sandra, talk to any of us and we'll be happy to help you. Hope you have a great day. Love you. Bye.